Indiana Jones, Indiana It's a podcast about Indiana Jones. Every movie, 1 minute at a time. Indiana Jones Minute.
Welcome back to the Indiana Jones Minute. This is the podcast where we discuss the film Indiana Woes and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull 1 minute at a time. I'm Tom Taylor.
Jones. I'm Pete Mullins.
Gross.
I'm Gerald Christopher. Whoa. Porter.
And I'm Alex Robinson, guest star.
Welcome back, guest star Alex Robinson.
Oh, thank you.
It's good to have
Happy
you
to be here.
Yay.
Just thought I'd swing in.
Wait, what? I don't get it. Oh, swing in like with the monkeys.
Yeah, because I'm in an open relationship.
Yeah. Whose car keys are these? All right. We are here to talk about minute 84 of Crystal Skull, which begins
84.
with Mutt 84 begins with Mutt swinging into Spalco's car with his new monkey allies, and it ends with everybody crashed and Spalco holding a pistol and a big ant.
Pete, you have a decent television. When
Does he
you
want
watch
everyone
the
to know
show,
that? Does he? I mean, that's going out on the airwaves. Like,
Pete lives it, first.
if you want a really clear picture,
Yeah.
head over to Pete's house at Television Lane, San Francisco, California.
Exactly. You can't miss them. Is this... So at the beginning of this minute, there's like a machine gun noise. There's definitely like a... Is that... So, okay, what is that?
I think it sounds exactly like a machine gun, but I think it's like the edge of the wheel running over the rocks on the cliff.
Okay. It sounds exactly like a machine gun, and I'm like, "Where's the gun? Where's the gun?"
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I think it's the tires on the cliff, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it's a weird
Mystery
choice of
solved.
sound effects. Yeah.
right. I guess that's just more Ben Burt.
Maybe
a
a rare swing and a miss from Ben.
Well, but it makes you feel like there's danger, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sure.
I like how you had to predicate that by talking about how great his TV was.
Right, yeah, wait a minute.
Well, we have to go to Pete. Like I watch the stuff on my whatever my what is my flip phone.
Oh,
I play a game of Snake, and then I
It's funny 'cause
relax.
I've literally never watched this on my TV.
Oh, really?
Well,
Yeah, I
okay,
was
what do
watching
you-
on my laptop.
Wow.
boy.
I hate that swing that Mutt does at the beginning of the thing. It is the fakest of the fake swings because like the car is moving forward and he's able to swing up in front of it. Like,
Yeah.
it makes no sense. Like if the car was stationary, okay, that move would make sense, but that would not work with a moving car.
Yeah.
Like by the time he swung around, he'd be behind it. You know what I mean? It's impossible. It's impossible.
I was going to say that it's to defend it. I was going to say that, well, like that's kind of how like Spider-Man's webs work and stuff and his swinging and thing. But then I'm like, oh, wait, that's a comic book for, kids or whatever. This is, you don't want to go to comic books for the rules of physics and stuff.
I'll
Right,
have to
right.
judge each swing on its own individual merits, but I don't remember seeing anything in any of the Spider-Man movies that made me cringe as much as this did.
Yeah. No, I
Especially
agree.
because Spider-Man is an expert. He's an expert
Yeah.
web slinger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mutt,
That's his thing.
well, other than being in the Olympic, whatever that was, Ninja Warrior team, it was never.
Yeah. He also seems to appear out of nowhere. Like he's there. He's not there in one frame, and then the next frame he's there. Just like there's something very like even now, like in the biggest, most expensive movie, all the Marvel movies and everything, there are shots that just don't look right. That are like
Yeah.
that you would think are kind of simple. Like just put this real guy in front of this fake background and make it look real. That seems to be something that's not always easy to do. And right here, it doesn't look at all real, and it bothers
Oh,
me.
that's weird. Like he does just kind of materialize out of nowhere. Like there's a scene
Yeah.
where he's like, if you stop it frame by frame, there's a frame where he's not there, and there's a frame where he's fully there.
That's very weird.
It's like he swings out of a portal.
Yeah,
It's really
Wow.
Schrodinger's mutt.
that's right.
There,
Is he
and he's
digital
not
or is he
there.
human?
I also like that as soon as he arrives on the Jeep, the monkeys immediately start attacking the communists and
Right.
no one
Yeah.
else.
Right,
Yeah.
not him.
right.
Yeah. Well, they got that bond. They're like, come on, mutt this way. He's like, all right, monkeys, I'm with you. My
Well,
primate
having-
cousins.
I've spent some time researching this because I've traveled places that have monkeys, and I've always been curious. Like, am I going to get attacked, or what happens? Like, how do you avoid aggressive monkeys? And almost every incidence of a monkey attacking a human is because the monkey thinks you have food.
Oh, I can attest
Oh,
to
wow.
that.
Yeah,
A witness. I was in Bali. There's, I believe, there's like a monkey temple forest,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I bought some peanuts, which is what they sell, and I say this sort of exasperated and upset with myself. You shouldn't necessarily do the, I guess they sell peanuts there at the monkey forest. You go, that's a great idea. All right, there's monkeys around. Monkeys are everywhere, and so I walked up. I'm not making this up. I held one peanut out. As a kind of like one of those close encounter moments. You know what I mean? Like I held one peanut out, and the monkey looked at me.
You think it's gonna go?
Yeah. The monkey looked at me, and it jumped on me, ran up my leg, and grabbed the entire bag out of my pocket,
Oh,
and
God.
then jumped away, and I was left holding one peanut.
That's like the Jetsons like taking the wallet thing.
Yo, yeah,
Hold up,
exactly.
like the Bill
You
and
got
And
Jane Jetson.
yeah.
The guy who saw it, he got the peanuts back. Like the dude who sold me the peanuts just sort
My
of.
peanuts.
Yeah,
My peanuts
he
back.
refunded me with like a peanut, with like he's
Aw.
like, here you go, I'll give you another one, whatever. And so later on, I should have known, but later on I got a little bit deeper in the forest. There was nobody around. And there was a big monkey that came up, right next to me, and I was feeding the peanuts, and I was out. I had like 4 of them. I give the peanut, the monkey sits there. I give it the second one. I only have 2 left. The monkey grabs my pant leg because it knows what's up. It's like,
Yeah.
no, these things don't come in one. You don't get one peanut. So he grabbed my pant leg, and I was like 3, and then here's the last one, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I give it to him, and I'm like, maybe he'll let go. Monkeys are smart. He'll see that I'm empty-handed now.
Mhm.
And no, he didn't let go, and he looked up at me, and I swear, he looked up at me, and he goes, and I was like, what am I doing? This is, my mother always told me the maxim, don't die dumb.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is,
This would be
Mom, I'm
dumb.
sorry. Yeah, I failed you. I did,
Well, the best thing is he's still there. He's still holding onto your pant leg.
he was still, there he is. Yeah. Say, come on up here. Say hello, little fella. No, he didn't let me go for like 2 or 3 minutes, and I didn't know what to do. I kind of I kind of held my arms out. Like, as you see, I don't have any peanuts.
Pantomiming in front of the monkey.
Yeah. And there's nobody around. And
That's
Did
actually
you
what
try
you're supposed
turning
to
your
do.
pockets? Did you try turning your
I
pockets
did.
inside out and
went
shrugging?
through my
Just make a sad trombone sound or anything.
He went through my, not kidding. He went through my, I mean, the monkeys are smart. They know what's going on. So he went through my pockets. And then what happens is,
Carte
I
Blanche,
believe,
MasterCard, Diners Club.
Discover
La
card, you
Boheme.
loser. And it's like these baby monkeys came along, kind of past it, and it turned and it looked, and then it just immediately let me go, and it ran away to join the baby monkeys. And
Oh,
that was
wow.
it. Yeah. I
Yeah.
literally was
Yeah, you're
saved by these
supposed to
baby
hold
Just
out,
like
like,
Salah's
with
kids
the-
with Indiana
was-
Jones. They saved the day.
It's exactly like that. You want to talk to the peanut god? Okay, monkey. Let's go see him together.
When we were in Sri Lanka, Amy went to throw it was like a popsicle stick, or you get like a fruit thing, and it was like she was going to throw the popsicle stick away in a trash can, and it had one of those little flaps on the top.
Mhm.
And she got close to it and was about to put it in. This little arm reached out of the trash can and grabbed it. And then
Wow.
for the next 5 minutes, we just stood there because every time someone went to throw something away, this little arm would reach out and grab like whatever it was,
Wow.
and hope it was food. But
So
no,
like
they
a
say
kid.
no, it was a monkey.
Oh.
It was- yeah. But they say you're supposed to. What Jerry did, you're supposed to show your empty palms and like show
Really?
like if you have a bag or something, show that there's no food in it, and then don't smile or make eye contact because those are signs of aggression. and,
Oh.
like
Yeah,
walk away.
Well, he made eye contact with me.
Well,
I
Yeah,
don't
he
say, now
started
come
it."
on, that's aggressive. This is a temple forest. No, I was in where is it? It's north of Bangkok. There's a town called Lopburi, where it's like the
Mhm.
monkey town. In the center of town, again, there's sort of a temple, and the monkeys are sacred, and so they kind of let them kind of romp around, and it's the same problem. You're like, oh, this will be great.
yeah.
This would be a great idea, and then you're slipping sliding through monkey dung, and the monkeys are they say like the most dangerous animals are the ones that are they're not completely feral, and they're all
Right,
also
but they've been
obviously not
socialized to a
they're
degree to
not
people.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're not domesticated either. They're like that right in between area where they're
Yeah,
not afraid of people, but yet they're not. It's not like your cat.
right. Yeah, that is very dangerous.
Yeah, they're not afraid of people, but they're also not afraid of people. So
Right.
Yeah,
that goes.
That's
right.
yeah.
Right. They like
But
them
what-
and they know they can take them.
But what if like do they think that like does Spalko have a whole bunch of candy bars in her pocket, or like I don't understand why they're
Maybe.
This
But
is
maybe they're
Unless they want
communists. The monkeys hate communists.
maybe they want the skull.
Why do I have to explain this to you, Pete? Well, maybe the skull's talking to them.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't know.
on a similar note, I was watching, as they're attacking the communists, and even though these are the bad guys, none of them hurt the monkeys. Like Kate Blanchett throws it, and it just kind of lands, jumps on a tree, and it's clearly
Right.
safe. And like even communists aren't allowed to hurt animals in movies because that would be like too far.
Right.
Like, so
And none of the Russians seem to get hurt. Even I mean, they're annoyed.
Yeah.
They got things climbing on them, but none of them are like
yeah,
bleeding
Tick-
or
tickle
cut up or
monkeys.
anything.
One's about to get hurt, but
Oh, yeah.
there's a moment here where Mac turns around from the vehicle in front and his mouth is just hanging open, like watching this. It's amazing. He's
Yeah.
completely agog. He's like, what?
Speaking
when
of that, oh, good.
Oh, when Spalko throws that monkey, we get a recycled Joan. That Jones from like 4 minutes ago.
That's the same Jones.
It's the same Jones, the same phlegmy,
oh,
like vibrato. Like, and that one was also a weird use of it because they originally filmed it when, like, the driver says, "What is the cause of all this havoc?" And that's when she points and says, "Jones."
that's the worst Jones. That I
That's-
don't
that-
like this Jones,
yeah.
but that earlier one is even worse.
See, this
No,
one makes
no,
less
this
sense to me. 'cause
No,
there's
this one's really. This one
Yeah.
is you're on the full Indiana Jones monkey ride.
It's
I
like there's
don't
a
like
button.
this Jones.
Like it's her.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
you're playing as her, you have a button that makes her yell Jones.
Every
nothing-
time she
nothing is
suffers some
happening.
mishap.
to her
Yeah.
at this moment is a Jones caused event.
No, she might as well be running after him with a rolling pin.
Right.
I mean, it's that's the feel of this Jones. It's like I've been attacked by monkeys, and now Jones is like, come on, man.
One of these days, Jones.
Exactly.
Right to the moon.
Yeah, it's very Hogan.
Yeah, yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But does she know that Mutt's a Jones?
No, she hasn't been. Well, I don't know. They were talking about it openly in the truck.
Is that why she's yelling Jones? Because he kicked. That's right.
Oh,
After he kicked
maybe.
her.
I guess he did. Maybe. No, I don't know. Maybe no.
The one thing I like is that when the monkeys start crawling all over everybody, it does remind me of the Raiders. It's beautiful. Like, there's that one, one
Yeah.
kind of angel, whatever,
Yeah.
that kind of gets around the Nazi and kind of like
Yeah. Kinda
gets on
tickling
his
them.
back. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Gooses
It
them.
is kind of. You're like, oh, this is gonna be so cuddly, like all these monkeys on me, and then all of a sudden they're
Yeah.
killing you.
Whee. Yeah.
I also like the Mutt, like the Steph Curry no look pass of the skull to Oxley.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't
cool.
even notice him grab it from the car, but then he's got it as he's
Yeah.
getting back into the duck
It was
truck.
it was nice of the communist driver to keep the car exactly at the same speed as the car in front of us, and going on
Yeah.
a straight line while he was being attacked by monkeys. So
Yeah.
that
That
was,
kind of cooperation between our two peoples is what gives us hope.
the
We
bridge.
can, we can reach across the Iron Curtain and be friends, work together.
Wait, I didn't even. How did he get back driving?
Oh my God, when did that happen? See this movie, I'm telling you. Yeah,
Who,
she's
Jones?
driving when
She's driving, and then Mutt's
when-
driving.
Oh, Mutt kicks her out of the way
Right.
into the passenger seat, and then Mutt's sort of not driving, but in the driver's seat.
Oh yeah, then he just.
And then
kinda
he gets
climbs
out,
up
and I
there.
guess the other guy climbs up to.
There's a
Oh,
monkey
boy.
like ripping her face off.
Right.
Oh, you do see her kind of move over a little bit. One
Yeah.
thing I do like, and we saw this last week, like when Spalko, kind of yells at the driver to get, whatever, like get the hell
She
out of
literally
here.
yells, "Move!" Yeah.
Yeah, move. And I do. It's interesting. We have the females are the ones driving, which is kind of fun. Like Marion, there's a whole
Mhm.
thing with Marion driving, and Mutt is kind of like, well, why does she get to drive? So I like that the women are taking the wheel here.
It's like they try to raise the stakes and come and push the boundaries of action movies every time they make one of these. Like, what else? Okay, we've done boulders, we've done snakes. How about women drivers? We'll have like women driving the vehicles in these like really fast chase scenes.
Is Marion driving this whole time?
She's
don't know what she's
driving.
doing.
She was driving.
Yeah.
In an earlier part of this chase.
She's just like
Yeah.
trying to find a better radio station this whole time. Like because she was
Maybe.
right behind him.
I
Yeah.
think she jumped off like that commie guy last time. She's just like,
Right.
let me out of here.
Yeah. So Mutt lands backwards after tossing the skull to Oxley. He lands in the front seat with Indy, and they share a father and son woe. And
Which okay.
no, go ahead. I'm putting it out. I know how I feel about it, but I'm just putting it out there to the panel.
Alex, you're our guest. What do you think of the double woe?
You don't have to hate it, and you don't have to like it.
The
Be
call and response woe.
I think it's a little clunky. Like it seems sluggish for the joke that it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess
there's a lot
maybe
of
if it was quicker, I wouldn't mind it as much but the fact that it's like a whoa, and then and then the post whoa crash is not even that big of a thing. It's just kind of like
yeah.
a tiny little jump they go over. I was after that big cliff, I was expecting them to
Yeah.
and they're in a boat car. I thought they were going to land in a boat, like water or something.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and I don't like that everyone in the back seat is just kind of sitting there watching passively as they're about to, none of them says look out or even like, oh my gosh, I
Right.
can't believe we got the skull back. They're all just sitting there like they're in the Indiana Jones ride.
Right.
That's a brilliant point. I've
Yeah.
never thought of, but this whole movie, it seems like people that are sitting in the back seat are passive this entire, like no one's doing anything interesting in the back seat of this movie.
Yeah.
Like every
Yeah,
time you
they
see
don't have
someone
any
in the
lines.
background, they're just like
Yeah.
in the background.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of don't hate the initial the father son woe. I don't mind
Yeah.
that as much, but then I think the third woe, you kind of know it's coming, and I don't like it so much. It's a little too easy or something. Like that
Yeah.
happens in every other movie. Like you want an Indiana Jones movie to be a little bit elevated, not quite go for the cheap. First I said whoa very casually. Whoa, and I'm about to hit the thing.
Well, I was wondering, is the Bond like all throughout Indy's adventures? Is he always thinking to himself, "Whoa"?
Right, yeah.
Like
No,
all
that is
the
a cool
time.
part about it.
Yeah. Like is he?
Yeah.
Whoa! But he just never had anyone to share that with.
Right. Like is
Yeah.
his woe to Mutt right now like, whoa, this is really crazy. We're in this crazy chase with these Russians in South America. This is amazing. Or is it like, yeah, see, whoa, this is what my life is like, son. I can share this with you now. This is what
Yeah.
I do all the time.
I think it's closer to the latter, but I think it's also him rediscovering his love of getting into scrapes and murdering people. Like it's almost like he kind of was taking it for granted, but now seeing his
Yeah.
son being all excited about it kind of
agree.
rekindles his own love of of killing people whose political views are different than yours. So it's kind of like Mutt saying "whoa" is dumb, the same way a little kid experiencing something for the first time, it's literally dumb. But then Indy's kind of like, "Oh wow, my son is now doing the same thing that I." It's like,
Right.
Yeah.
anyway.
It's very sentimental. It's kind of maybe saccharine.
Yeah.
I think I mean, I don't disagree with that, but I'm finding that I like any little piece in this movie that is a slight little human twist on Indiana Jones. And I know I'm going to regret that later. Like, I'm sure there are examples, and maybe we've already seen examples of that would bother me, but I don't know. I'm thinking about like him holding the skull and just being like, what is this thing? Or like him seeing Marion and kind of going, whoa, and stuff like that. And this kind of like stepping out of like the action hero guy and just having a slightly human moment. I think I kind of like those a little bit.
Huh.
Oh, all right.
See, I think I'm gonna get a bit of opprobrium for this, but I like the woes. Like I think it. Like I like what you said, Alex. I like Indy's like rediscovering this all over again through Mutt. I think it's great.
Yeah. I said I like some of the woes. I like 2 of the 3 woes.
I didn't say you were the case of the cause of
Oh,
the
okay.
opprobrium.
All right. That's true.
I do want to take issue with their, and I know these are Indiana Jones movies, not expecting any kind of physical, reality, but there's no way those people could survive even that small accident. None of them are wearing seatbelts. As soon as the car stops, they all just jump out. So there's no way their bodies would not be thrown 30 feet in the air.
Well, right. They would be killed in the crash, and they'd be killed when the other car lands on top of them and drives over their heads and their backs.
No, that they were all perfectly ducked down. That I'll allow. But
Okay.
See that well, and
regular crash.
that's why it's called a duck.
Indiana Jones minute.
That was stupid.
I know. I'm sorry.
Does
It
this
had to
call
be.
to mind Natalie Portman crashing into the sand and then getting up and jogging away?
Yeah.
Fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is another great example of 75-year-old Indiana Jones walking away from that car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Accident.
No safety at all, like just metal on
No.
metal grinding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teeth on steering wheel.
Yeah.
Although they
Yeah.
were from a tougher era, people back then, weren't as coddled as
That's
they are
true.
today.
Yeah.
So,
That is true.
Yeah,
just
that's
eating
right.
red meat and coffee.
Well, Indiana Jones left his home. What was he, 14 or something?
Yeah, he was young.
50,
Yeah.
he was young. Yeah, none of this like I went to college. Like he didn't study with Abner, find the lost ark and then go back and live at home with his parents.
No.
Well, he did go to medical school, so we know that at one point he had to be on the straight and narrow.
Did he go to medical school?
Yeah, I'm
what?
fine with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I
You
think
the doctor's just an honorary.
Well, no, I think he's a doctor of archaeology. God, did we ever talk about that? I guess he's a doctor of
I assume
archaeology.
Doctor of archaeology, but medical
blows
school
my
is
mind.
fine.
He's a medical doctor.
Well, that's
God,
even better.
That's shameful.
Well, there
Yeah.
you go. Where doesn't it hurt?
He knows exactly where to punch people.
Yeah. So when Spalko's car goes over the bump, does she yell "whoa" in Russian? What did Tommy do it? Do it.
Oh, I can't see. You're acting like I know this movie by heart, and I don't.
Do it.
I just listen. Okay, hang on. I gotta go to
Whoa,
the
in
minute.
Russian.
In Russia, truck lands on you. Wait a minute. Hang on.
I think "whoa" in Russian is Jones.
Yeah, Jones.
It sounds like Jones, actually.
I thought it was
does.
Jones.
He
Yeah.
goes, "Joe!"
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
Yeah. So is she calling out for him to help?
Or like Jones, get out of the way. Or Jones, I'm still mad at you about the monkey and about causing the whole crash
I kind
of
of,
the
but
trucks
it's
in the
weird.
first
It's
place.
almost, it has like a "durr."
Dar-
That's what I heard. I thought it might be Jones, and
I
then
think
I
that's
didn't
just
think
her
it was
epithet.
Jones. Yeah.
That
I think
just
just that's
passing
her
by.
bad word.
Yeah.
Jones.
Jones. If it's Jones, that
her oath.
sucks.
Oh, according to this, this is not the official screenplay, but it's like a transcript of the words in the movie.
Mhm.
She says, "Turn,
Oh yeah, turn.
Oh, wow. Really?
that's right.
returno, turn."
Wait, I have this screen, but let me see what.
Because later on, when the truck full of commies shows up, they turn and miss that little
Oh,
Dukes of Hazzard ramp.
Oh,
right.
she almost does
Yeah.
say turn.
That's weird.
Almost. It's like turn, which
In the
makes
script,
no.
she doesn't say
yeah.
anything.
Oh, it was
Well-
improvised. She's good.
Yeah.
Speaking English for us.
She's got a big ant on her hand.
Wait, hold up. I was gonna say
Oh,
I did not know that.
Damn big ant. Big damn ant.
And
oh, yeah.
in the
sorry, thanks.
final shot of this minute, like Spalko has her gun cocked and it's leveled at all of the Jones crew, and she looks like she's about to cry.
Yeah, she looks super
Yeah.
nervous.
It's beautifully filmed, and she just looks exhausted. And
Mhm.
then I was like, God, that's actually incredible. And then when I found out what they're really doing, I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, like because if you
You
look
wanted
at
it to
it,
just be like an emotional,
yes,
kind of
just
spent
human-
thing.
Yes. Like she's
Existential
about to,
angst.
like,
She's
yes, she's so just. It's been it's too much even for her, and she finally levels her gun. You know, after all this and monkeys and battling all of it, the machine gun and Marion, and she just pulls out a pistol on these 4 guys, and it's fantastic. And she's about to just lose it. And you're like, oh my God, she's gonna empty that gun on that entire duck.
Yeah.
And then you find out it's like oh, it's an ant. It's like, come on, man.
Okay, wait a minute. I think I can save this for you, my friend Jerry, because when I think at the beginning of that when you see her for that
Yeah.
shot, I think that is what you're describing is exactly
Yeah.
what's going on. Because she doesn't
Ants.
see the ant until we see the ant. Well, okay,
Yeah.
we see the ant before she does. We see
Right.
it on the front of her hand. And so she is holding the gun on them in like exhaustion and fury and
Yeah.
spentness. And then in the next shot, she and everybody else sees the ant.
Unless what she was yelling is she realized that those were ant mounds.
Oh, and she could be freaked out that they're going to
she
show
knows,
up.
so she
Oh.
knows. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, maybe. I tried, Jerry. I'm sorry. You ruined it.
But you think if that was the case, she would be drawing her gun, but also walking off of the ant mound,
That's
so
a
that
good
she
point,
was
yeah.
not on the ant mound.
Yeah.
If she
You
was
win
that
this time,
worried
Jones. Bye.
about- Jones.
Jones.
Oh my God, I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Holding a gun on us all.
Yeah.
Let it go, Jerry. Stop.
I'm holding a microphone at all of you. Well, speaking of got the conch, holding a microphone, this just in, coming over the wire from Professor Christy Porter. Let's see.
Wait, who would she be
wait,
from? Who would she be from Lord of the Flies?
from Lord of the Flies?
Christy?
Oh, I know. What was the one? Was it Sam? Was Sam?
Sam he was sort of our guy, or Jack or Jack was the bad
No,
guy.
Jack
maybe.
was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Sam was like the one. I think Sam. Oh, I'm sorry, Christy. I think Sam was the one who got sacrificed, kind of unknowingly, wasn't he? He was like the really sweet, smart one,
Really?
wasn't he?
I forget.
Kyrie, Kyrie, Kyrie. eleison. You guys ever see the movie?
No.
There's like a movie from like I don't know the 50s or the 60s, maybe.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Sucks to your ass, Mar.
It's a great book. All right. Jer, remember when that monkey in the temple stole your peanuts? Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
See? He does. And
Now
we
there's
do
another
too.
one here. Boop, boop.
Oh, beep.
What's more dangerous, the nuclear blast in the fridge or being run over by a duck truck?
Yeah, I guess if you're gonna accept that he survived the fridge, then you're gonna roll with him getting run over
Yeah.
by a truck and everybody
Yeah.
else too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
they? Let me. So did they see it coming and they just ducked? They duck in the duck.
That's a good question. They hear it,
Or are
behind
they
them?
already like reeling from the crash and they're all kind of doubled over?
Oh, they
Yeah.
actually do see it coming. They actually do see it coming.
Oh, okay.
They all look behind them and see it coming and duck down and save their lives narrowly.
but I think Christie's onto something, because I think when the nuclear blast happens, you as a viewer can go one of two directions. Like, you can just be like, "This is stupid. This wouldn't happen," or
Yeah.
you can be like, "You know what? I'm just gonna roll with this. This is gonna be a crazy movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have fun."
Yeah.
And I think if
Yeah.
you go with the latter, it's a pretty fun movie.
It's the minecart landing on the
Yeah.
rails.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
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 All right. Well, by God, we've done it again. Minute
We've
84.
We've landed on the rails.
We landed on
In
the
the
rails
book.
yet again. Alex, you're still hanging on to the side. Thank you for your diligence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now you get to trade in CGI monkeys for CGI ants.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
we got a whole sort of fake, like, you want like David Attenborough or somebody to like be, narrating this whole thing with all these fake animals and all these fake woodland creatures.
CGI menagerie.
He doesn't do
Yeah.
enough. We don't see enough documentaries about CGI animals. I think that's an underdeveloped.
These fake ants took hours to render. Also, they could just pick up this grain of sand and take it over there.
These ancient insects are only 3 pixels across. Smallest decipherable life form.
Donkey Kong, while not a donkey, is more of an ape with a loincloth. 8 bits of menace. Alex,
Yes.
thank you for joining us.
Oh,
And,
it's been a thrill.
Thank
It's
you.
been a frolic.
Hopefully it's been fun enough that you get to come back next week. And I bet you do.
We'll see.
All right. Just, see what you can do.
That's fair.
In the
Yeah.
meantime, where else can people find you? You mentioned Star Wars Minute last time.
Yes,
that's a romp.
you know what? I just can't get enough of breaking things down into minute by minute format. So my brother and I went and started a little podcast called The Godfather Minute, and we are currently a chunk of the way into Godfather Part 2. And in fact, we just released our Godfather 3 commentary for our Patreons.
Wow.
Oh my God.
nice.
I'm one of
people-
those.
Yes. Well, thank you for supporting the show.
You're welcome.
And there's going to be a little surprise in I guess ruin the surprise. Sorry. But
wait,
anyway,
what?
go to godfatherminute.com or whatever Podbean you use to get podcasts.
Yes. Plant your pod bean, the
Mhm.
ones that you got at market, and plant them in the soil and see what happens. And then you get to listen to Godfather Minute.
Yes.
Maybe I shouldn't say this, but Godfather Minute is my favorite of all the Movies by Minute
Oh,
podcasts that I'm not on.
Don't say that. Don't say
Okay.
that.
I love it though. It's great. I have a great time. I guess I mentioned before I'm doing
You've
the
said that
dishes while
multiple
I'm.
times on this show.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm a true believer. I laugh
Oh,
out
you're
loud and I
embarrassing
enjoy
me.
things. No, stop it.
That's
Just-
unusual for you. Usually that's not what you were known for, Tom.
What?
Enjoying
Laughing
things.
and enjoying myself? No, I'm
Yeah.
over there. I'm drinking out of a hose. I'm having a great time. Eating can of peas. It's fantastic.
Peace.
Can of peas by monkey. It's a Ritz cracker and a okay. Everyone, thank you for listening. Please join us again next time for minute 85 of Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull here on the Indiana Jones Minute.
Pete, you got it. You did this one. This one's you. Get the phlegm.
I already did it, and Tom said I was gross.
Why don't I just paste it
Wait.
back in here? I'll just copy
yeah, just
it.
recopy it and paste.
Okay. All
Here you go,
right. Here.
Jones.
There. Oh.
It's like a Wookiee Marlon Brando.